Hey everybody, how y'all doing? We're about 4 or 5 seconds into this, and I want to make it real quick and easy for you. Are the Thrash 212 Go's worth buying? Period. If you're into sound, doing production, and need a quick solution that works really good, the answer is absolutely yes. Now, for the next however long it takes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, I'm going to explain what makes them the greatest. But if you're really just looking for a simple solution that is eco-friendly, easy to deploy, sounds great, and pretty much indestructible, here you go. Real simple. So get yourself a pair of Mackie Thrash 212s Go, or go check them out. Make up your own mind, but these are pretty awesome. Even have Bluetooth with them and easy to pair together. So real simple. That's it. If you want to watch the rest of the video, here we go. I'm going to start off with a couple of options. I'm going to go over a whole list of things that are great about them. So let's start off with this. Taking notes right here. Here's the notes just from going off of. So here we go. On half the screen, you're going to see the Thrash is up. Half you're going to see me. That was dumb. Here we go. Sounds great for a small package, is my opinion on them. The one thing I like about these is you can use these via just the battery that's built into it. On an event where you've got 6 hours, 8 hours of work, power may be inconsistent, could have a generator there, could not have a generator. I've had it many times when tripped over a wire and knocked out the power. You still have your backup, but you don't always have backup for the speaker. So you'll still have your DJ stand up and your, anything from the mixer board to your live stream still going while, we're trying to get the power solution fixed. These speakers are still able to go because they have a battery in them. And they can last between 4 to 10 hours, depending on how loud you're playing them. If you're doing concert music, I would recommend you keep it around 4 to 5 hours and switch out batteries. That's really one of the cool things about it. This also comes with a combo XLR connectors. For me, this is really critical. Give me a second. I'm going to go show you the picture of this. This particular unit has two. Let me jump in here real quick. So on here, you'll see where it says line, mic, unity. For most of us in audio, that unity just means you're in the right sweet spot. Along with that, if you put it at line, it's going to sound great for a line level input. If you put it on mic, it's going to sound great for a mic level input. And that is pretty nice. And on the top up here, you'll see where these pair together. You have the combo jacks, which is really nice. Volume here. I'll go over this. This is going to be one of the bigger, different pieces that sets this apart from some of the other systems I work with. In this case here, let me talk about it. This unit, we can daisy chain them. And a lot of us like to daisy chain speakers throughout a room or in an event hall. I do it a lot because we may have a singular source. Or in the case of a recent event, we may need to have the speakers in a remote location, need a microphone on it, and be able to have a couple speakers with it and daisy chain that way. And it happens a lot of times when you're moving speakers around a room. You don't need a mixer board with this one to accomplish that. So basically, this is your mixer board, your volume controls. And what's really nice about this one versus the Bose system that we use, in which I love my Bose system, they sound magnificent. But the only headache I have is when I attach another speaker through daisy chain and through here, whatever volume I put this on will affect the next speaker's volume. Annoying is all out, because then you can't vary volumes between different speakers. And because I want sound to sound great in every room, anywhere in the location, I tend to use an M32 board and have several buses going from speaker to speaker to speaker to get that individual volume, where with this, I don't need the M32 to accomplish that. I don't need to send a separate bus. Along with that, if I daisy chain a bunch of speakers together, say, for example, I'm bringing in a Bluetooth source right here, and I daisy chain a bunch of speakers together, I can have a VOG or Voice of God mic go into this one here. Say this is the main speaker, and every speaker that's connected to the daisy chain will have that sound. Now, on each one of those speakers, they're still going to have an open XLR jack. This open XLR jack can then have a separate microphone put into it, wired or wireless, depending on the type of unit you have. It can be battery powered or non-battery powered. And if you're in a big auditorium, or say if you're in an event center like Maidenbauer, where there's humongous rooms and they partition them, you can still run off the same original main speaker without a board. Now, this is not something I recommend to do yet. It's still a possibility. And partition the whole room off, daisy chain all the speakers together, have sound going through all of the speakers, so because the Bluetooth sound comes in. You can still run the microphone, so that what you would call the voice of God microphone, to every speaker. So if you got someone who's trying to do announcements, they can with into every room. And at the same time, each room can have, or the partition section can have, a presenter with a microphone, and each room's volume can be independently controlled. Really unique solution, not something everyone would actually do, though when push comes to shove, if my audio board were to die on me, I have that solution still available. That's dynamic. Another piece that I really, really love about the setup is really Bluetooth. Really simple. On this one, it's got Bluetooth. As you can see here, there's an indicators for the Bluetooth, and there's a link button. For example, if you've got a Bluetooth source that's coming in from an iPad, a computer, pretty much anything, it comes in here, you press the link button, and you link the two speakers together. That means they're actually stereo, which is really cool. You get stereo sound on a pair of Bluetooth speakers that have 300 watt amps built into them that can achieve 110 decibels of sound. You're really going to fill a room and give your audience the experience they deserve to have. And I love that part. I have not yet tested the through function for Bluetooth. I will be testing it at an upcoming event. The other advantage to this too is, as I keep bringing up the Bluetooth, is, for example, you have these speakers on a golf course. And this is for event planners. This is for golf courses. I'm talking to you in particular for next year as we get back into the season, or for those that are outside of the Seattle area that can really take advantage of this. On a golf course, you can have a DJ with their laptop plugged into this, have a microphone plugged into the actual speakers, daisy chain the two speakers together, and have super clean sound for the DJ, which is nice. No plugs needed, because a lot of the laptops can go 6, 8, 10 hours. So the DJ really just needs their mixer. Your microphone goes in there wirelessly or wired, your choice. It's up to you how you do it. And you can do an event on a golf course, in the middle of the golf course, anywhere, or in the middle of a football field, in front of a house when you're doing a presentation. Pretty much anywhere you want to go, and you can have an audio source coming into it and still have a microphone source coming into it, and it would sound spectacular. It's amazing. You can be out there for half a day, 6 to 8. It says 10 hours. I have not done 10 hours yet, so I'm not going to say 10 hours, but I do know we'll go between 4 to 6 hours. And with the DJ, they're going to be pushing the speaker, so I'm going to guess between 4 to 6 hours. But, that DJ is only going to be out there for 4 hours anyway. We just did the Wagner walk in Seattle, and if he had that same setup, would not have needed a single plug out there and could have been more out in the middle of the field and gave them the same experience instead of having them kitty cornered into the wall area close to the practice fields facility, which was kind of nice, but it kind of jumbled everybody on top of the photo booth and the 360 booth we were doing, which didn't give them the advantages they should have had with having a DJ there. This is just one of those solutions that I think of and have to come up with new ideas when we're out, which I do really just love how these speakers have worked. Now, the sound quality on these, spectacular for what you're paying for. Price on these is roughly $500. Stands are going to be whatever you want to use. Mackie has their own stands. I think they're like $130 or $150. So those are pretty cool. I would use those particular stands because they function well. We just did it in our auditorium for UNFC. They had a big event talking about HBCU colleges, and how to get young individuals into it. And we utilized these speakers in that event in a big auditorium, we deployed 4 of them, and they just sounded spectacular. There is one caveat on these speakers, though, and there's always going to be 1 or 2 caveats. Break-in period's roughly 4 to 6 hours. So basically, if you have your warehouse, just put on some music and just let it play for 4 to 6 hours. It will sound spectacular. It is just awesome all the way around. Great sounding speakers. Now, the next part that I think is pretty phenomenal on these is the green effect. Let me jump over to their page here. I've brought this up a couple times. There's batteries, battery powered. You can replace the battery or have multiple batteries for deployment. This I really, really, really love, because if you're powering these speakers and the battery gets replaced right here, I think the icon's showing, but it gets replaced right here. Easily you can switch those out and get new power to the speakers every single time. So you're not going to run out of power. Now we'll put it back to the fun looking stuff here. Like they got a cool looking picture here. I'll leave it here. Cost on these is about $500. Stands are about $100, $150 a piece. Just depends what you happen to like. You can use those too. What's the next part? Lincoln speakers, great location, power. Preamps. This sounds kind of weird, but it's really important for those who are in sound. The preamps on these are really, really good. Not a lot of hiss, no real noise on them for a small speaker. You don't really hear any hiss when you just turn them on. That is really, really nice, because others, there's just a lot of noise and it sucks. And then the output is clean too. So it's nice when you're daisy chaining speakers, so you're not sound staging noise and adding noise to the next speaker and adding noise to the next speaker. So by the time you get to the last speaker, there's just a ton of hiss. That's kind of nice too. And that's pretty much my whole thing on this. Took like 10, 12 minutes. I don't do these all the time. I just want to talk about some of the great solutions that are available out there. We do have the solution available for you through WDCD Media, A.P.C Photography, and the Elite Collective. Multiple solutions that are green, and this is one of the ones we've went with, and we have a nice partnership here. So beyond that, everybody have a great night. Thank you for watching me for the last 12 minutes, and peace. Bye-bye now.